All right, I'm hoping that anybody joining out there um, can actually hear me. Apparently, nobody could hear me the whole time I was doing my stream. This has been one frustrating day. I've got a lot of buffering going on. I have got a lot of internet connectivity issues today as I've tried to do this for the last 10 hours. I've been trying to get this video up. It has been a struggle for sure. So I'm hoping that this time, and I'm going to check that I'm not muted. I do see we have um, audio coming through. So let's see if this time it works. I'm going to be going into some current events. I've had enough practice for the last 10 hours. You figure I know exactly what the heck I'm saying. Yeah, practice makes perfect. So hopefully we get some people in here. I had seen 2 or 3 people pop in, but apparently nobody could hear me. I didn't know that. So I'm hoping that this time it's going to be different. If anybody is in here and you can't hear me, please let me know. It's going to be buffering a little bit because I am having internet connectivity issues. But if you can just bear with me, maybe we'll get the news out. I'm going to try not to pull too many things up on my computer so I don't put too much that my internet right at this time cannot handle. So we will try to do this one last time, and if not, I don't know what we're going to do. But eventually, when the storm moves out, I'm hoping that it's by tomorrow, things are going to be a little better. So I'm going to try to switch my screen here and discuss a couple things that are going on. Like I said, I'm going to try not to overload my system, as on satellite internet, it's not hard to do. And hopefully y'all haven't given up on me. So let's go ahead and go into the live screen on my computer. I was talking about Trump. The United States and Israel are talking about going into a defense treaty days before the elections. Trump is wanting to talk about it at the United Nations. We have the Israeli elections coming up on September 17th. And I think, in my opinion, Benji is going to stay in control of Israel. That's the way it always has been. It's just illusion of choice as to these elections they're redoing. Then, and let me see if I'm able to pull this up on my computer here. That is not the right one. Netanyahu is also, and he says hinting around, but, and this is the wrong one, Netanyahu is talking about the peace plan that's going to be released immediately after the elections on September 17th, and it could be within a week or less. You can go ahead and look this up. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told cabinet ministers the Trump administration is going to present its plan within days after the September 17th elections, most likely even next week. That's going to be huge. I'm going to check this streaming. It says no data. Hopefully it's going to pop back on. I know it's probably going to be buffering out there for you guys, but hopefully you can hear my voice. And anyways, I think that this is really important. We have to keep our eye on what they're doing. I've been really excited, I guess could be a word, about what this peace plan is going to entail. And it's kind of weird. Here we got the elections in Israel on September 17th. Immediately after that, we're going to have this peace plan that's going to be presented. And then directly after that, on September 26th, they're having 70 leaders from 70 nations meet on the Mount of Olives, which they are claiming that they're going to be making a pact because the United Nations is unable to provide peace for the world. And so they're going to be making their own system. Okay, is this the one world government system? I don't know. Is this going to be heading closer and closer towards this? We do know that once this one world government system comes into play, Lucifer will be kicked out onto the earth, and that is the first 2.5 months, which is the political beast. And then there will be a deadly wound to this system. Nations will be pulling out of this agreement. They will be probably a financial portion to that, which will bring it down. Lucifer will then, at that 2.5 mark, come from the earth, show himself visually, and he will come to heal the deadly wound, thus transferring it to a religious one world system, because he's going to be here claiming to be Jesus. We do know that 10 days before Lucifer shows up visually, we're going to also see the two witnesses standing in Jerusalem, which those two witnesses will already have been here a time before Lucifer comes. So we've got plagues going around, we've got leprosy, we've got all these things that the two witnesses have the powers to bring upon the earth. So that's something that you might want to think about. Anyways, I think it's really important that we watch out for this. I think we need to watch the Israel elections. We need to keep our eyes peeled and our ears open for this peace plan, because I'm really interested in what this is all about. This has been said time and time again. Oh, it's coming out after Ramadan. Oh, it's coming out after Easter. Oh, not until the elections, blah, blah, blah. So hopefully this is starting to come to a point where they're going to let us know, because everybody else knows. It's just the general population that doesn't know. And I'm interested in knowing what the heck is going on here. So I think it is time to set our watches. I'm not saying that this is the month that Lucifer will be showing up here or being kicked out onto the earth. I am saying that I think it's getting close. Set your watches. I do believe, as Pastor Murray has a study, that 6 days before Passover, our true Passover, came the message. 5 days before Passover came Lucifer was kicked out onto earth. And that's when he comes. I don't believe it's going to be any other way if that's what it says. Okay, and we can get into that study later if you want to. Give a shout out to Olive Branch. Love you, girl. I have so much fun conversating with her on her brother's channel, Praise I Am That I Am. We've had some great discussions about that. I do think that we are coming up into that time. I'm very interested in seeing what happens with this peace plan after the Israeli elections on September 17th, and then September 26th, the 70 leaders from 70 nations meeting to make a pact. And I think this is going to be really, really interesting. I think this might be a benchmark. I think that we're going... I'm just saying set your watches and keep your eyes open, okay? Things are happening at a fast pace. I'm going to be here every day putting up current events, keeping my eyes open, helping you to keep your eyes open. Come in here and chat. If you see something that I don't know or I haven't seen, please let me know. And, oh, we've got Diana here. So good to see you, Diana. I hope you can hear me. I am so glad you came by. What a blessing. Shalom. Yes. Praise is going to be like, that's my word, El Shaddai. Just had to borrow it, Praise. I think actually they're taking a break for tonight and pretty tired. So hopefully I can keep you somewhat interesting. Are interested and entertained here. I'm not as too sure. My internet connectivity is having problems. Let me know if you can hear me, can't hear me. Let's see. Diana, thank you, sweetheart. You know, I'm really into current events, Diana, and I get pretty excited, and hopefully I'm going to be having better luck with internet connectivity as soon as the storm is gone and the clouds kind of clear up a little.